tow hooks for my new Toyota Tacoma. Right back there. Well, good evening everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. And today I am going to be putting some tow hooks on the back of my Toyota Tacoma. Now, I did have these on my Voodoo Blue Tacoma, but I'm doing it a little bit differently this time. To be honest, I didn't like the look of those. I didn't like how far they stuck out. That was my fault because of the way I put them on. So we're going to put them on a little bit differently. Right here is what they are. These are just tow hooks, actually I believe from a Ford. I think they come from a Ford Explorer, maybe a Ford F-150, I'm not sure. But you can find these all over the web. They're readily available. I think I bought mine on eBay actually. So they look like this, and I'll show you where they mount, and that is right back here. Now, there were two screws in here, one here and one here. Those are not what we're going to use to hold them on though. I actually drilled two holes, one on each side, here and then over on the other side. And the way that they mount up, they kind of go upside down, and I'll show you here with the front hole that you can see right there going where the bolt was that I removed, so it's going to go there, and then the new bolt is going to go in the back right there through the hole that I drilled. So that's how they're going to be held up. Now, how strong are they? Well, you know, I don't know that I'd pull a space shuttle with them or anything, but I'm using, I don't even know what grade it is. If you're concerned, you know, I'd go with a grade 8 bolt or something that's going to have strength as far as stress or breakage goes. To be honest, I would only tow something light with them if I'm going to tow anything at all. They're really an aesthetic mod for me. Now, what I talked about before as far as not liking the way that they were done, I actually mounted them, that front hole that is right here, in this bolt hole, and then this was just an open space, so it was accommodated by this open space right here. And then I put the bolt through in the back. What that did was move the whole assembly, if you will, out further from the truck. I didn't really care for that look. I didn't like it being out here, so I've gone with the second hole, and then of course drilled the hole to go through the back so that they would be moved towards the driver's side, or towards the front I should say, of the truck, a little bit further. I think that's going to look just better on the back of the truck without having those protrude so far out from the bumpers themselves. So now what I have to do, I'm going to do a little touch up. I want to coat this with paint because I now have exposed metal there, of course. I don't want any rusting, so I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of paint on there. It's just a gloss black. Same thing on the other side, of course, and then I'm going to bolt them up. I will use Loctite on these so that I can hold the nut. I don't want them to come off. And then while I'm at it, I thought I'd show you guys something else. There is the paint that I'm going to use, just a Rust-Oleum. It says it stops rust, right? Well, we're going to find out. But I'm also going to do a quick little touch up here in the front. Recently, I had put this skid plate on, and I've noticed that I have a couple of chips already. I mean, I've only had this thing on for a couple, 3 weeks or something like that, but I have a couple of chips. Now, the good thing about this one is it's black, so I can just touch it up with any black. It's not a big deal, but I think it's kind of interesting that it's chipped already. Not a big deal. Again, it is a skid plate. I know it's under the truck, so I'm not so concerned about it, but I am going to go ahead and hit it since I have the truck up on the lift, just to cover it up a little bit so that I don't have the silver showing through. So I'll do that. I'll do the ones in the back as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and bolt up the new rear tow hooks, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, got everything coated with a little bit of black paint, just to, again, try to prevent any kind of rust. So it's time to go ahead and put these on. First of all, you need a 12mm socket, again, for these small bolts here. So I'm going to use that to secure it, since that's the easiest way to put it on. Make sure I'm going the right direction. and I'll snug them down by hand just to make sure I don't over tighten them. Let's go ahead and get those in. Okay, there's that one, pretty simple. Now hopefully I left it loose enough so I can adjust it. Barely. Okay, and now we're gonna put our bigger bolt on in the back that I drilled the hole for. Fits up there nicely, should be pretty easy. I am gonna go ahead and put some Loctite on this just to make sure that it doesn't turn at all. And I might go ahead and stick a washer if there's room. I think I'm gonna stick a washer on the other side. So let me go grab one of those, and we'll be right back. Found me a couple washers, I think I'm good to go. Now, gonna go ahead and put a little bit of Loctite on this. Let's see, I think, well, first I need to see where it's gonna go. Maybe about right there. All right, got a little blue Loctite. I also have a lock washer that's going on this, so should be okay all the way around, I think. And of course, I always get this stuff all over my hands, like right there. I don't know why, but I always do. So my hands will probably be blue by the time I'm done here. All right, let's go ahead, stick this up. Go ahead, put the washer on it. Let's get the nut on the other end. Hopefully I left enough room in my hole to be able to tighten that down, and it doesn't want to tighten already. So you get the idea. The bolt is in. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this one up. I'll do the other side, and then we'll show you the next step. Got it all done, got it all touched up, all muscle torqued, you know, it's just right up here. Anyway, let's take a look. Just a simple little thing again. I do like them better moved more in like this. You can see down the way, they're a little more in at the bumper as opposed to sticking further out. They were probably somewhere in the range of right here before, something like that. Take a look underneath, there's the new bolt. All painted black, you know, of course I had to do that. And then the original bolt that was there. And I did touch up a little bit of rust that I found on these, just surface rust slightly, not too bad. Here's the other side. Again, nice painted up bolt under there and the original bolt here. Let me say, the original bolt is not really for any strength, obviously. I mean, if you look at this tiny thing, it's not really gonna do much. It's more this big one back here mounted to this frame piece, and I guess I should show you that. I don't think I did before. It's mounted under here to this frame piece, which by the way is the same piece that the hitch right here, if you follow this up, is mounted to back here, and then there are multiple bolts on each side holding that whole assembly on. So I think I'm okay as far as that goes. Again, I wouldn't tow anything with excessive weight with these, only in an emergency, I suppose, and I would use them just for towing lighter things. That's probably about it. I think they look pretty good, just a little aesthetic mod. Again, a little bit different than I had done before, and that I mounted them a little bit closer into the bumper because I just think that looks a lot better myself. Again, if you're looking for them, I bought those on eBay. You can just search Tacoma rear tow hook or Tacoma rear tow or something like that. You should be able to find them pretty easy. I didn't have a lot of trouble myself. Do want to give a shout out to Juan. Juan is the guy that originally turned me on to these, so if you're watching, Juan, I appreciate it. These are awesome. Leave a comment, let me know what you think. Or I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have an additional channel. It is RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check it out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.